Our next guest founded a law firm for ambitious women in business who partner with female entrepreneurs and business owners across Australia. Courtney Bowie is the founder and principal at Her Lawyer and joins us live now. How are you doing, Courtney?
Really well, thanks. How are you?
I'm very, very well. Thanks so much for joining us. Just explain to us, what is Her Lawyer?
So, Her Lawyer is a virtual law firm. We specialise in helping ambitious women in business with all of their commercial legal needs.
Wonderful. What was the reason for setting this up, and does everyone get that bottle of mum that you've got sitting next to you?
It was actually a gift from a client, which was really lovely. And I'm happy to say that a lot of my clients are so lovely to work with, and that's something that is not that uncommon, which is lovely. And well, in terms of starting it up, it was really, I was spending a lot of time in women's networking groups, doing a lot of hackathons and spending a lot of time with other entrepreneurs who are really wanting to go out on their own, utilise their skill set in a free environment where they could balance their home and their work responsibilities. And so I decided to use my background as a lawyer to help them.
Right. So why do you think women need their own, I guess, gender law firm?
I think that the traditional model of law, as I'm sure you're aware, was, really heavily male dominated. And with that comes a particular communication style, particular way of interacting with clients, which is, it can be intimidating, it can be inconvenient. So what we've done with Her Lawyer is try to make it a lot more accessible. We use a really friendly communication style. We do a lot of video advice. We use a lot of technology so that women can access their advice. After the children have gone to bed, they sit down with a glass of wine and read through an advice or watch a video. It's just a lot more, and they can meet us using Zoom calls and video conferences. Just a lot more convenient, and it speaks to them in a way that perhaps a traditional law firm doesn't.
Yeah, very, very interesting. Obviously, how do you, I guess, grow the business? And I understand you're partnering with a lot of female entrepreneurs as well and business owners around the country.
Yes, absolutely. So we collaborate with other female business owners, particularly other law firm owners who are specialists in their own area. So we can bring their niche expertise to our clients. And we also, in terms of partnering with other businesses, we do partner with our clients. And they are all over the country doing all sorts of things from all sorts of industries.
How does that work? Just give us an idea about how that partnership actually works.
The collaboration with other law firms?
Yeah.
So, for example, I have an amazing employment lawyer colleague who runs an employee-facing firm. And although her and her team have this amazing background and experience in working for employers, they can't sell that services because that's a mixed message to their target clientele. So I'm utilising their resources on a white label basis. So I have them prepare employment contracts, employment advices, utilising that niche expertise, and I deliver that to my clients. And it's sort of like a white label arrangement, if you will.
We seem to be in the age of the woman at the moment, aren't we, in terms of empowering and standing up and taking a lot more control, a lot of talk about, getting more business women into the market, getting more women in general into ASX listed companies. How do you see these things at the moment?
It is a fantastic time to be a woman in business, a fantastic time to be anyone in business. It's so exciting. There's so many, the barriers to entry are so low now. And I think that more and more people are recognising the need for niche services targeted to women to, really address the unique barriers that we have to accessing services and enabling people to really build their career and their business in a way that works for them. And I think that it's only going to get bigger and better from here.
All right, so here's one for you. What do you think women have over men when it comes to running a business? Or do you think there's just no disparity at all? It's just been a man's game for too long?
Oh, that's a really difficult question. I think
that's why I'm getting you to answer it instead of me.
I think that both men and women bring different things to business and different strengths. So I particularly see a lot of partnerships between men and women that are really successful. In terms of what I think women bring that is perhaps unique, I think the EQ element and the communication and that real personal touch is something that women can really excel in. And particularly if women are working with female clients, there's that understanding of the juggle. And I had my first son this year, and I really started to understand what they mean by the mental load and the juggle of balancing your career and wanting to excel and being really ambitious in that space with wanting to be a fantastic partner and mother. And it really is a juggle, and I think that women can bring that empathy to their clients and that ability to balance.
We've seen some big stories over the past couple of weeks about big law firms in Australia that aren't exactly practicing what they preach when it comes to everything from understanding, genders to understanding different people in the workplace, to being open to even things like underpayment as well. What's your message to the big law firms about what they need to do, what they need to realise when they are operating? Because as you say, when I've walked into law firms, I see a lot of men and I see a lot of women in reception jobs.
Absolutely. I think my message to the big law firms would be to start walking the talk. A lot of firms have flexible work policies in place, but a lot of that is paying lip service to flexible work. And I think we need to see a bigger effort from those big firms in retaining female talent. There's a big drop-off at about the age of 30-35 of women, even though we have more women than men by far entering the profession. We have a lot of women dropping out before they reach the top levels. And I think if law firms really do want that talent and the benefits that come with having women in those board positions and those high-level partnership positions, they need to be really dedicated to finding out what does flexible work mean for our staff, for our female staff in particular, and what do they need from us, and how can we make a genuine effort to make that work.
And you're also the founder of Ladies Who Lawyer, the online community for women who work in law right around the country. Talk to us about the success of that and just the importance of supporting each other in this environment.
Absolutely. So that group has gone from strength to strength. It's amazing. It started with myself and 5 women who I met while we were doing a practice management course when we were starting our firms. We now have over 2,200 members from all over Australia and overseas. And it's grown really organically, just word of mouth, people recommending the group. It's great for supporting one another, giving referrals of work, finding other people to help you. Just anything that you might turn to for a mentor. Sometimes in a firm it is difficult to speak about your challenges, particularly as a female lawyer, with other people in your firm for fear.
Absolutely. Yeah. Courtney, thank you so much for your time.